Two teams qualified for finals tomorrow. Anselmo and St. Mary's will have one more automatic qualifier out of this heat. San Francisco University very early on. Two Moreau Catholics left is Maria Carrillo as they come flying down the back stretch. Here comes the second handoff and they come around that back turn. Pittsburgh in the lead now as they come around the back turn. Here comes the final handoff. Pittsburgh came in as the #1 seed with a seat time of 46.83, and they're showing you why they came in with the #1 seed. Pittsburgh will win heat number 3. Pittsburgh 47.34. So they get the win. With Heritage in second, 48.67, Maria Carrillo third, 48.97. We should have the final list of the full final qualifiers in this event very soon. And when we have those, we'll pass them on to all of you.
Much energy as possible. They want to have all the matches in the backfield to burn tomorrow when they get to the finals. This is their tactical race off. Typically, you'll see those first couple of laps go out at a relatively comfortable pace for the front runners, and then often they will drop the hammer with 1 to 2 laps left just to make sure they get that qualifying position.
And I was going to say, John, it is a difficult balance because obviously you finish top 4 in the heat, you're going to move on, but if you're on the bubble, you want to make sure that you run fast enough to where you can be one of those 4 qualifying times on time, not on place, based on the 2 heats.
This is true, very true. If you are a bubble runner, sometimes it's to your advantage to get out and really push the pace, try to earn your position in the finals, and a possible hopeful position in the state championship if everything falls in line. So here we are, halfway through the race, and we still have quite a path.
Sarah Allen, the #1 seed, is leading the way. And you got a couple of Maria Carrillo athletes, Jocelyn Finney and Sloan Rocker in second and third. Allen has led to the beginning of the first lap. It looks like she is starting to pick up this pace a little bit. Castillo starts to stretch out just a bit here. We got some third.
50 meters left, we're going to see the contenders come to the front and the pretenders fall behind.
So Allen still leading the way here from Branstad. She's a junior, comes in with a seat time of 4:56. Sloan Crocker of Maria Carrillo, the #2 seed, she also ran 4:56 at her area meet last weekend. So she will be up to the challenge here as they come around that back turn, getting ready for the final 500.
And on the scoreboard, you can see the halfway split for these runners. Our leaders came through at 2:33. That's a 5:06, 5:07 kind of pace. And for most of these front runners, that is a reasonable pace, not terribly difficult. Trying to vie for those 2 automatic qualifying spots.
And here they come around the back turn. It's still Allen and Crocker leading the way with Malone of Cardinal Newman trying to bring them both back. They're going to slingshot themselves in the final 100 meters here. Crocker on the right shoulder of Allen, and here comes the final 100. They make their way towards the finish here. Crocker coming up on the right side. Allen and Crocker, and it looks like it's going to be Crocker. Crocker who got the win there in second. So Crocker gets the win of 45.33, Allen 45.4, McManus in third, Tribby in fourth, 48.9. here in the first heat of the 1600 preliminaries.
So what we sometimes look at is these times to see what is the 8th place time. Those people are the ones who are on the roll. So we kind of look at the times roll through from each one. 6th place, 5.
And here we go with our second heat here of the girls 1600. And we need the entire hurdle crew to meet at the finish line. Hurdle crew, please be at the finish line. Hurdle crew, please meet at the finish line. Josh, in prelims like this, do you feel like it's an advantage to go second, already knowing maybe what time you have to hit to move on?
In most cases, yes it is. So you know what you have to do. You know the marks that you have to hit, especially if you're not in the top 4. So this is the case where, like you said, Kyle, those bubble runners need to get out and get going because they have to run at least 5:07, probably more like 5:02 to get through to tomorrow's finals.
So here comes our group around that back turn. In this race is Gretchen Yakaitis, who is the Division III cross-country state champion from this last year. You can see her in second right now. And currently leading the race is Autumn Tanner of San Rafael. So Tanner off the front here as he will lead the way through the first 400 at 74.
The other runners letting her, giving her a little bit of lead here, letting her take it out. Running a little more pace because they know you just have to be in the top 4.
So John, what would be the strategy here for Tanner to try to go off the front like this? Is there something that maybe you would tell your athletes to do in this situation?
Sometimes this is the right decision to make, especially if you're a runner who doesn't have a blistering finishing kick. It's easier for you to run nice, steady, even pace and kind of burn out some of the weaker runners perhaps who might threaten you if it's a slower paced race where it came down to a kick.
Oh boy, do I know what it's like to be a slower paced runner. Tanner still leading the way off the front. And the chase pack starting to bring her back a little bit here as they come around that back turn. So it looks like we may have a shakeup as far as who's leading this race after we come through the halfway mark. And we may see some of these top seeds like Paula Devine and Gretchen Yakaitis take control here very soon.
And you know, they were right on pace for a 5-minute mile at the end of that one.
2:32 there for the 800 off. So they did slow down a little bit, but again, there's still needs some horsepower in this team. They should be able to make that up very quickly if they want to. And Yakaitis is now moving up. It looks like she might be trying to take the lead here in the next few meters.
And again, if you are one of the front runners, you're playing a game of trying to be in the top 4, but not necessarily needing to win. Anna Thompson last year, I believe, did not win her preliminary heat and then went on to run a 4:47 the following day. So saving energy and finishing 3rd or 4th sometimes is a way to play the game.
So here they come around that back turn. And again, from the preliminaries, 5:07 was 8th place. And so we'll see where 5th place and 6th place in this race will be at. 500 meters to go here as they come around that back turn. And we are still all bunched up at the front. And they're continuing to let Tanner lead. We'll see if that changes here in the last lap.
I think the pace is starting to heat up just a little bit as we come in 4:50 to go.
And apologies, this is Kozevic with the lead as they come through 1 lap to go. So Kozevic on the right side. Here's Yakaitis on the right side. Tanner still battling there easy as they come around that curve. Paula Devine is also very well that group. And we get ready for the final 200.
It is worth noting right now that Gretchen Yakaitis is actually in the top of the section of 400 meters. She ran a 57.25, so we know she's got good closing speed. So she can perhaps afford to be a little more cautious that year.
Yeah, Yakaitis being a part of that stud for Rondelet 4x4 team that we'll get to see later in the evening. And he's also one of the best distance runners in the state.
But this is kind of getting a little risky show here. There are a lot of runners still in contention.
And here they come around that back third. Yakitis leading the way. We'll see if anyone's got a kick here to try to bring back Yakitis. Yakitis into the final 100 meters. Trying to run away from the rest of the group here. And we got an absolute mob behind Yakitis. Trying to get those top four spots. Here comes Tanner in the second. Down to Devon. Devon Tanner in the second. The left 7 through 4. So Yakitis is holding the game by 2. Devon 49.8. Tanner 49.6. Bellinger 49.4.
Let's see what they do tomorrow.
Right. They probably run relays too.
I was just gonna say that. We got the 4x1, maybe even a 200.
Come on, Trey, you!
Find out by tomorrow, like tonight or tomorrow, who's wearing blue. So.
Here comes heat number 2 of the boys 400 coming around the front turn. And as they make their way through the first 100, Trey Hughes of Condon and Stewart all with the lead. Now here comes a move from Phineas Brown of El Cerrito, it appears, on the way down the backside. 200 to go. Brown came in with the number 1 speed time at 47.48. We'll see if anyone can catch him here in the final 150. Here they come into the last 100 meters, and it's still Brown leading the way, trying to get the win. Here comes
Let's go, Devin. Let's go, Devin. Let's go, Devin.
It's gonna be Brown, and it'll be Singh in second. Brown was 48.56, the fastest time so far. Singh in second at 48.3. He's got like his chances to move on. And then Howard in third at 49.52. He will wait nervously to see what happens here in this third heat. In heat number 3, lane 1. So here comes our third heat on their way around the track. And getting ready for the merge here, Jeremy Imbo early on with the lead here for Dublin. And Imbo now just gonna kind of settle in. John, it's a real balance here about getting out hard, but you don't want to get out too hard in the 800.
This is true. So we're about 27 seconds, which is a pretty reasonable start for an 800 race. That's definitely an honest effort so far.
And here they come around that back turn with Jeremy Imbo leading the way. Imbo from the host institution, Dublin High School, another very strong cross-country and distance program here in the Bay Area. And Imbo, the number 2 seed, is going to lead the way through the 400 as he comes through 58 seconds, John.
All right, that's 156. Now, if this ends up being a negative split, then that's really impressive because 156 is a darn good time.
So Imbo still leading the way. Looks like before Acosta Grande, our number 1 seed on the backside right now. And now some jostling from the middle of the pack.
Riley Thomas, I think, from Tampa Lindo was making a move on the backstretch.
So Thomas makes a huge move, and he's trying to punch his ticket to the final. Here they come around that turn. Thomas leading the way into the final 100. Here they come towards the finish. It is Thomas with 2 4. And Info. Here comes Info. 2 4. Nick Williams of Guilford. With a 2 stars at the end. He might have gotten himself to that top 3. And they're showing 2-4 with Koulibaly in second. Here comes heat number 2 down the track. And this is Sophia Silva of Archie Williams with the early lead. Here comes Olivia Kemp of Akalani. Now Grant Jordanius of Dublin also starting to move on. Kempo of Akalani will take the lead here into the final 150 as they come around the turn. Now Grant Jordanius making her move. She's the number 1 seed in this heat at 44.69. And Grant Jordanius, 2 more hurdles to go, trying to finish off a win and punch her ticket to the finals. Here comes Grant Jordanius of the host Dales. And Grant Jordanius will get to run in the NCF Meet Champion Finals on her home track tomorrow as she runs 45.8 with Belt of Maria Carrillo in second at 46.48. So Belt right now one of the favorites to move on to the final in that next best 4 time. All right, heat 3 upcoming. In lane 1, Camila Walton. Here comes heat number 2 on their way around the track. And Torian Trucks of De La Salle is going to take the lead here early on. Trucks coming around that back turn in the white jersey for De La Salle. Here comes River Lockwood of Akalani's around the turn. And Lockwood is going to take the lead here as we head into the final 3 hurdles. Lockwood wearing that black jersey with the blue pants. Here he comes with 2 hurdles to go. Right next to him, Chris Sandu of our own conflict trying to bring him back. 1 more hurdle to go. And Lockwood is going to get the win. And he will automatically qualify to the final. 4.906 with Sandu in second at 39.44. 2 sub-40s here in heat number 2.
41, let's go. There you go, Nick.
What's up, Dirk?
So we're in what? We're in on the 4x1?
We're in, that's it. We're in, man. Yeah, we do. It's a PR school record again. So we broke it last week and now we broke it again. We'll see if I can get a PR today. That'd be great.
So here comes 2 on their way around the track. Who will be joining London Shed in punching their ticket to the final tomorrow? And as they head here down the final 100 meters from Pittsburgh, this is a gone.
Come on! Let's go, Petra. Let's go, Petra. Let's go, Petra. There it is, Petra. Hey, let's go. Let's go, Petra.
Second from Archie Williams.
Woo!
She runs 24.34.
There you go, Petra.
And Herrera Pittsburgh is third at 25.
What was your time?
In heat 3, lane 1, Adelaide Hill of Somerville. In lane 2, Margaret Anselmo of James Logan. In lane 3, Jordan Hughes of Monroe Catholic.
Good luck, gentlemen.
That's a long ride.
Roll them up.
about 12 seconds. Here they come around the turn, and